Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Xinfin, aka XDC. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely. And of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. So let's just dive in and let's talk about, of course, XDC. So first off, I've always addressed to you guys and I've always talked to you guys about how, of course, XDC is extremely undervalued in the trade tech, or I shouldn't say trade tech, but trade industry. We're talking more so about the global trade industry. That is a huge market. Okay, trade finance by itself, $19 trillion in market cap value, and we are seeing Xinfin really kind of be in position perfectly to disrupt that market. I've addressed this. I've talked to you guys about it, and that's exactly why I do believe that XDC definitely is a huge opportunity in this market. I would say that this is probably one of those altcoins that I would definitely continue to load up on, especially if you can accumulate it at around these bottom tier figures, which we are back into my demand zone, as you guys do see. This is a perfect accumulation zone in my opinion, especially when we are talking about the current all-time high right now from, of course, our current price to the all-time high. It would be about a 229% of an increase in price. Do I believe that we get there? 100%. And those are not even the top tier fib levels. We're talking much higher fib levels at the end of the day once Xinfin really kind of continues to break out of this wedge. And it will move fast once we go back into price discovery. Everybody's kind of concerned, everybody's worried, everybody's kind of anxious, but me personally, I'm not. Especially even if we are talking about Xinfin, in the long term and even the short term. Only thing concerning right now is, of course, the Bitcoin price chart. As you guys do see here, we are almost testing those waters going back to the summertime. This is more so talking about May. So, I am watching this area closely. If we do retest it, we will see some drops on, of course, the USDT and the US dollar price chart, which we could expect, Xinfin to come down and possibly test those lows going back as far as the beginning of this month. If we're talking about going back to the summertime, though, this is where we start testing waters down in the 4th centile range as well. So I'm watching these levels closely down here at around almost 5 cents exact. But with all that in mind, let's talk about why I believe that Xinfin, or XDC I should say, is a major winner. So first off, we do see here Andre Casterman has perspective that many do not. He came from a legacy institution resistant to change, SWIFT. Now he helps facilitate a revolution in global trade finance by promoting technologies like trade tech and the XDC network. Be patient. We actually see here an excellent and funny video that I am sharing specifically, or specially, sorry, for those who are in the business of protecting legacy technologies and resisting change. A refreshing perspective by FTX. And, honestly, when we are talking about Andre Casterman, I think that he's a huge key individual to recognize within, of course, the trade finance area, but also with Xinfin. If you don't think that he is, I definitely think that you should all continue to look at his tweets and his Twitter. He is I would say, trade finance, key person to watch. And he is focused on, of course, XDC and Xinfin. There you guys have it, Trade Tech XDC. This is from the TFD aka the TFD initiative. And again, it's all talking about this major innovation. And we do see, powered by Anigio and Xinfin. I mean, you don't get any more confirmation than this. I mean, you really don't. And even here, we do see here, this is a TFDI member. Think Trade Tech and XDC. And this is coming from Income Lend. Income Lend is also a very significant company. I believe that I just talked to you guys about them a little bit ago. And of course, Andre Casterman is talking more so about ALGO. I'm hoping that I'm saying that right. But these are two major companies. For an example, Income Lend, providing solutions for invoices for financing solutions for companies worldwide. Here's their story, right? it's all focused on SMEs in terms of working capital solutions, stuff like that. They do say that they have financed more than $500 million in trades in over 50 countries worldwide as well. This is a very significant company. Keep a close eye out on some of these companies. These are huge, companies that are kind of small on socials, but they're making huge waves in the fintech zone. We also see, so this is actually Aegon. I'm sorry that I pronounced it weird before, but or Egon. We could call it whatever. It doesn't matter. But this is actually a very significant company as well. From doing my research, I would say that this is probably one of the biggest giants in this space. So Egon Asset Management is an active global investor. Over 380 investment professionals manage and advise on assets of $466 billion for a global client base of pension plans, public funds, insurance companies, banks, wealth managers, family offices, and foundations. And this is huge. When we are talking about the partnerships, you can click here and see some of their key partners. So I actually want to open this real quick, but first off, I want you to understand their clients are in major markets. Like they said, pension plans, public funds, insurance companies, banks, corporates. This is huge. I want you to all realize that these companies are working with Xinfin. We even see, this is confirmation from, of course, Andre Casterman as well. And here's some of their partners. So these are major partners around the world. Again, these are three major ones. And I just want you to all understand the direct ties that Xinfin has to some major players out there. We even see here the importance of TFG, TradeFin Global. Joining the TFDI cannot be underestimated. Underestimated. Sorry. TFDI runs on TradeTech / Xinfin. TFG is the leading trade finance platform. Hello, 270 plus banks and alternative finance houses. We're not getting a bank, people. We are getting banks. And we do see this is from, Trade Finance Global, Trade Finance Without Barriers. First off, 270 plus banks, funds, and alternative finance houses. Our award-winning educational resources serve an audience of 160,000 plus monthly readers. So this is very significant, and this is across 187 countries. So, when we are talking about these major players in this space, I've always said that XDC is such an undervalued gem. It's honestly like finding, a diamond in the haystack, if you will. There's a ton of projects out there doing similar things. I shouldn't even say doing similar things, but doing things focused around like payments, NFTs, gaming, this, that. And honestly, it's making me yawn. It's tiresome. There's nothing out there like Xinfin. This is a diamond in the haystack at about 6 cents. I told you guys, if we go down lower, if we test about 5 cents to 4.5 cents, I am buying it up. 100%. And this all leads me back to this question from XDC, Foundation. Is the XDC network set to become a household name? Here's to the next generation of blockchain technology. I do 100% believe that they are. When we are talking about trade finance, when we're talking about the global trade finance market being, $19 trillion, and Xinfin sitting over here at about less than $100 $1 billion in market cap value, I just know how early we are. This tells me how early we are. And it's been an incredible week for Xinfin. Okay? This is from February 6th to February 12th. We even see here, XDC Network Stats, XDC Foundation kicked off beta testing for community-driven design feedback. Global ID, identity, and interoperability take a big step forward with Global ID integration into the XDC network. XDC Observatory, XDC Foundation in alliance with Leeway Hertz has launched the XDC Observatory DApp. And of course, Kinesis funding partners with Xinfin and Ready's cross-chain bridge to develop a thriving digital asset ecosystem. I want you to all understand that this all happened in 1 week. You cannot tell me that Xinfin as a network is continuing to kill it. They are continuing to do massive moves. They're developing day by day by day, continuing to innovate, continuing to develop, And I do believe that we will see continued success like this and continued moves. I mean, honestly, when we are talking about Xinfin, okay, as a network, as a massive company as well, I definitely think that Xinfin has a huge portion of this market valuation for, for example, the trade finance area. $19 trillion. I do believe that we will grasp a large percentage of that. When we're talking about XDC, this is easily a top 10 asset, and we're sitting at number 99. So just imagine the amount of growth that XDC as a token, but also Xinfin as a network has left in it. I always compare XDC to XRP because when I talk about XRP and I talk about XDC as well, I kind of compare their 2017, 2018 structures. And when I say XDC's 2017, 2018 structures, you really can't compare too much because this wasn't even around during that time. This is a whole new ball game for XDC. But when we are talking about XDC and when we are talking about Xinfin, I believe that these two, when we're talking about Xinfin as a network, and then of course XDC as the major power behind it, I believe that we are so early within both of them. But not only are we extremely early, but I do believe that these have a huge step forward in this market to take to really become a massive giant, and we will take that step. We will take that leap because things are already being built on a day-to-day basis. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is do some research into the trade tech area of course, trade finance. Because the trade finance market is here. It's ready to be disrupted. And of course, Xinfin with trade tech, and not only trade tech, but even the TFDI, is revolutionizing this area greatly. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.